We are on again, and it is Queen's Arena. I will disagree with you if you tell me there are no jobs in town, because you have no idea what the trash and garbage that you dump outside this or on the streets are being used for. Today on the show, I have an amazing guest. Of course, she's a lady and an entrepreneur. It will amaze you the kind of stuff that she produces out of ties, car tie tubes, discarded upholstery leather, recycled bottle beads. Yeah, of course, you are surprised because you have no idea. As you can see, I have a beautiful chair here made out of a car tie. I don't know if it's a tipper truck or a 4x4 car tie. I wouldn't give you all the gist, but I'm your host, Efwa Asantwa Owusu. You can call me Asa. Stay with us. You're welcome, and it's still Queen's Arena. You can follow us on Facebook, Queen's Arena, Instagram, Queen's Arena, and on Twitter, Queen's Arena. If you want to comment about our show today, you can as well post your comments and we will get back to you. My guest today is Matilda Payne. She is the founder of Matilda Haute Couture, an eco-friendly company that specializes in jewelry and accessories made from recycled waste sustainable raw materials. You are welcome, my entrepreneur. Thank you. Isn't she pretty? Who says pretty ladies don't work? We do work. And she's going to prove to you. You're welcome to Queen's Arena show.
Thank you.
And thanks for hosting us.
You're welcome.
You have amazing works around, and we would like to show to the world the power of a woman.
Oh, yeah.
So how did it start?
Long story short, in the beginning, Matilda Haute Couture was a clothing company.
Okay.
And then we switched from there to jewelry. We needed to have a purpose in life, which I think that everybody should as a human being.
Yeah.
So when I started, I was just making jewelry to sell. And then as time went on, I decided that maybe I should take a second look at our environment. So that's when I started to think about whatever was in the environment that was causing harm, and what I could do to turn it around. So initially I found coconut shells.
That was the first.
That was the first one.
Okay.
Coconut shells and broken bottles, which have been hot fired into what we term as Ghana beads now.
Okay.
Yeah. And brass that was coming from Kumasi.
Okay.
And stones, anything I could find, wood pieces, driftwood, reclaimed wood. That was how it started.
Yeah, but what came in mind in the first place for you to even consider using coconut or broken bottles to, create something? What clicked?
I could say it's a gift from God, because that's not what I studied.
Wow.
I studied textiles at the university.
Not only that, I know you studied chemistry and biology at the senior high school.
Yes.
And I'm just surprised why you didn't use that to become maybe a doctor or something else.
That's one thing I always want to talk about. Growing up, our parents always want us to do what they think they didn't achieve or what they think. So
they forced you to learn chemistry, biology?
Initially, I was forced to do science because I was very smart.
Oh, but you could have swapped.
And I did swap when
I also did swap.
I believe that you must have passion for whatever you do.
Sure.
It's not just about putting money in your pockets. You must have passion. The more passionate you are, the more focused you become, and the better your skills. So I chose my path. and which is what I'm doing now.
But you know, in Ghana, we don't regard, who walk around picking broken bottles, used ties, for what? We prefer dumping them, and we think it's meant for, pardon me, those insane to use it as a sleeping, or I don't know what to say, but what came in mind? That was the question that you swept, and I'm back.
In 2009, I met my partner now. He's Eric. And when he came along, I was doing the jewelry already. We sat down, we brainstormed, and we decided to choose the path of the ties. If you really follow the climate change issues now, it's a terrible thing.
Extremely.
The ozone depletion is completely out of it. And the only way we can also contribute our quota to halting climate change is to try to stop people from burning the ties, be it for demonstration, be it for getting the thing.
But you know, people burn it to suck snakes,
which is very wrong, because there are plants you can just plant around and it will keep them away.
That is interesting. What kind of plant is that?
It's called the snake plant.
Okay.
It's a tenderizer
you can
as well.
Find it in Accra?
Oh yes, it's everywhere, and it's very, very cheap. And it grows very fast, and it keeps them away. Do you really have to burn the ties? Really?
Okay, so that's the idea behind.
So that's the idea. Our thing is we're trying to mitigate climate change in our own small way.
Okay.
So that's what gave rise to the second company, which is the deco one that we use the ties to make these chairs. And so it's alongside the jewelry, which is also the same way that we're going. We're using the tie tubes, the inner tubes, and whatever else is causing the seashells, the coconut shells, the driftwood.
But I'm sure viewers are asking themselves, if you only get the ties and then you pick the seats elsewhere and then you fix them, or you create everything, including the seat itself.
Everything is made from the scratch. Who said women can't do it?
Oh yeah, we run the world.
You know, we do run the world now. Believe it or not.
So let me use my seats for instance. The metal, the
it's scrap metal.
Scrap?
Yes, scrap metal. I'll tell you what goes into this chair. The used ties, we either pick from Agbugloshi or organizers where people change their ties a lot. So we've targeted certain points where people change their ties a lot. And guess what? It is the rich that really change their ties a lot. But I don't think they know where their trash goes.
Okay.
And they're the ones that
live... And they change it often.
And they change it often. And they're the ones that live in air-conditioned homes.
Okay.
And so if you open the door and these fumes get in, what does it do? It stays in with you.
And they die.
So it's about time we know where our trash goes. So we are bringing back your trash into your homes in a different form.
Wow.
So we are turning trash into treasures. We pick these ties and then we get the scrap metals. Initially, we were getting the metals that are discarded as well. But we also buy the recycled metals, the iron rods, as we term it in our country, as well. And everything is welded.
That is a great investment, because if you are buying everything, then it means you need a huge amount of capital to start this kind of business.
You could say that, but you can always start from somewhere. Yeah. You can always.
Would you say you start by moving from one trash bin to another?
Oh yes.
You've done that before?
Oh yes. People were calling us the trash collectors.
You were doing that?
Yes, and it was okay with us because
from one bola to another.
From one bola to another, we're going places where people ordinarily would not go. And sometimes we just by the roadside we see something we think we can make use of, and we just pick it, and everybody's looking at you. And I could
you can see I'm surprised, right?
Wood. You know, there's a lot of construction going on.
A lot.
And poorly and sadly, they're cutting down a lot of trees. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they don't want to build around them.
You know, I think they feel, I learned that the roots of the trees destroys the buildings at certain points in time, especially when it overgrows and the roots becomes bigger. That's the reason they don't want to build around, you know, trees and stuff like that.
Most of these trees have outgrown their years anyway. So where they've gotten to, they're
not going to grow
anymore. So why not build around it?
But I'm sure if they don't cut it, you wouldn't as well get it to do this.
Well, if they don't cut it, then we don't have to go around picking the trash.
So where would you get it to?
Because then we wouldn't need these things. Then we know that we have life. Because the whole idea of using them in the first place is the fact that they're cutting them, and the kinky sellers and those other people are picking them and burning them anyway because they're using them as firewood.
You know,
which is still not
I'll put you in a tight corner because that kinky seller also needs to survive.
I think it's so many ways of cooking.
I know.
Yes, and that's what they don't understand. Sometimes when they come and meet us collecting these residues, they charge us for it because they had already picked them and we want to take them away from them. We pay them to take them, you know, because it's the passion behind what we're doing. Okay. We're trying to send a message across, but because, you know, people are just reluctant to listen to you, we take our time and say, okay, for now, we would purchase. But we know as time goes on, the message will sink in. And then we won't have to even purchase. They will bring them to us, just like the ties. Now, the people who change their ties often, they bring the ties to us. Okay, I have 6, I have 8, come for them, make them, turn them into chairs, and then I pay for them and I take them back to my home.
There's a high rate of unemployment, especially among ladies. Have you considered yourself expanding this business? Because you can assign over 100 ladies to walk around and pick these ties and, you know, the trash and everything, build a very big factory. Have you thought about that? Do you have that in your plans?
Our business plan was to have about 2 acres of land.
In Accra?
Anywhere.
Because it's finished in Accra, there's no land in Accra.
Anywhere around close to Accra, we're okay. We would have sections from the collectors to the cleaners, to the innovators, to the producers, to the marketers. Because we are good to go. But I tell you what.
Let me show this to my viewers. Can you please take a close shot of what is around her neck? If you can see, that was made out of what?
This made out of discarded upholstery leather. And they burned them.
I thought you bought this from UK.
No, this is upholstery leather. That's,
and,
you know,
and these ones?
And this is coconut shells.
Coconut.
That we have shaped. Yeah, the normal coconuts. So we have shaped them to what we want. Yourself? Yes, initially we were doing it that, but now we have a gentleman who also only works with coconuts. So he polishes them. You tell him what shape you want and he would cut them into the shapes for you and you pay him. So you employ him at the same time. Yeah. So we are trying to focus on other people who we can also bring on board as a team and then create more employment because he also has workers. So if we are giving him the job of, okay, cut them into these shapes and bring them, he's also employing people. Yes, in large, he will also employ more people. So basically, that's what we're looking at. So this is from coconut shells, that's brass, that's leather, discarded leather. Okay. These are from car tie tubes. So that's a necklace right
car tie tubes?
Yes.
This tie?
Yes, the inner tube. Yeah, that's it. It's a necklace.
Viewers, don't go and steal anybody's time. You let people steal when you park your car in the night. Okay.
Competition is good. If you have competition, then you're challenged to do more.
So would you say that ladies are welcome to learn from you?
Anybody is welcome. We're biased because we like ladies, but women, there aren't too many. Where I am, I favor more women because I believe that if you engage a woman more, there's so much more she can do. There's so much power a woman exerts, but she needs a little push. So if once she gets that, she can also empower generations. So we are biased women, but unfortunately in my field, I'm the only woman when it comes to the welding.
Yes, yeah. The weld? Welding. Of these things. Oh, you weld them yourself?
Yes. So I am surrounded by men, but I'm hoping that there will be more women who are willing to be challenged.
Can I do this on behalf of Matilda? I'm calling on the government to intervene in this business because it's going to create one district, one factory.
Of course, I mean, it's possible.
Yes. So, to the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, one district, one factory has started here. And this was made out of coconuts. We have a lot of coconuts, right, around.
Yes. People.
Yeah, and I think after buying it, they drink it and they dump them just like that, not knowing.
Somewhere. And they have no idea. And coconut has so many benefits. The discarded one has so many benefits. So many benefits. We can use them for so much.
Great. If you love my hair, you can contact Cute Cat Parlor, which is at Abeka Junction, adjacent EcoBank. And also thank you to Triple Touch for my makeup. She has beat my face so well. Thank you to Tribe Woman Fashions for my outfit. And thank you to Matilda Haute Couture for my beautiful necklace. You are jealous. I'll give it to you. Matilda.
Yes.
Have you considered yourself? You were talking about 2 acres of land, but if you don't get it, have you considered yourself investing into it? And if you do, which kind of ladies would you employ? And would it solely be ladies or men are invited?
We are investing what we have because we did not start with any funding. Everything is me and my partner, with little help from friends and relations. It's a passion that I have. It's a drive that I want to put across. Not just halting climate change, but employing more people, especially women, empowering women.
Which kind of people are you looking at? What type of woman?
I'll tell you what we do. I look good now, as you can see it. Yeah. But if you see me when I'm working, you will not like me. It's a lot of dirt. So when the women come, the few that we have had, when they come, they think it's all rosy. But when they see it's tedious, then they chicken out. Yeah. So it's not just women that I'm looking out for, but I'm looking for women with the same passion that I have. You know, who are ready to sacrifice, to stay focused, and to look at the big picture. It's not just the small picture. About us empowering other women and building a nation.
Great.
Yeah, so that's basically.
So if you're not passionate about this, don't even there, because I'll come and sack you myself.
It's the reason why I have more men than women. The women are
also, would you say that the women
are cleaning the ties, collecting the ties? A lot of them don't want to. Yes, and it's the reason why we have another channel. The men that I work with are passionate about my vision to empower women. And it makes my work easier because they also see the vision. They understand where I'm coming from, and they're also passionate about it. And we all working together as a team to do that. And the reason also why we're focusing on women is that we are not getting many women because of what I explained to you earlier. They don't want to go down there and make it. But we channeled our energies towards the younger ones. So we catch them young. As in, we donate 5% of whatever sale we make out of anything we produce to the education of young, brilliant, but underprivileged
So talking
girls.
about sale, who are your targets, clients?
In the beginning, you would say everybody who can afford to buy something. But as time went on, we realized that with the chairs especially, it was the middle and upper class
and foreigners,
and mostly foreigners, because these are the people who change their ties a lot. So we take it upon ourselves to go out there and educate them and tell them what you use. This is the harm when you discard them off. So bring them when you're ready to change, and we'll turn them to use switcher, and you pay for them, and it goes back into your home.
Okay, I understand, but I'm talking about those who purchase these products.
They are the ones that purchase. The upper class, the middle class, the upper class, the foreigners, they purchase because they understand the drive, because we want Ghana to go green. And for those who really read a lot, they know that, you know, everybody is big on going green now.
But is it expensive?
It's expensive to who thinks it's expensive. But if you see the work that has gone into it and you appreciate art, it's affordable to you. Yeah.
Okay.
it's affordable.
So with the revenue you get, do you do any social responsibilities?
That's what I'm saying, that we pay for the school fees of young, brilliant, underprivileged girls. Out of these products, we 5% of everything we sell goes to educate these girls. Because when you catch them young and you educate them, you're educating a nation as you educate a girl. Because once they grow, they become empowered already.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what we are looking for.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. We want to empower women.
So I'm sure this has resulted in a lot of awards, because I don't think that any company or any outfit will ignore this in terms of awards. How many awards have you grabbed so far? I think you started in 2011.
We started the chairs in 2010, but the jury, we're in the 15th year. Now it has sunk in, so we've chucked a few awards. Last year we won 3 awards. The first one was from the first Green Awards, which was organized in Ghana, in Accra, at the banquet hall. So we were awarded merit for our efforts at mitigating climate change. And the second and third one, we won in Burkina Faso last year at one of Africa's biggest art exhibitions. And we won the most creative award out of over 2,000 artisans. We also won the UNDP prize for environmental protection.
So what was the feeling like when you were walking around picking these things and people were like Bola Girl and those kind of things? And all of a sudden you are on a big platform receiving awards for something like this.
It's fulfilling. It's fulfilling. Then you know you're doing something and it's sinking in and people are getting the message. Yeah. So it's fulfilling. It's fulfilling. That's the word for it. It's fulfilling, it's humbling, and it even encourages us to do more. Yeah, and it's the reason why we want to expand. So
I think that the Ministry of Tourism should come on board, as well as the Trade Minister. Yeah, they should come on board.
We think that Ghana should take it on because there's so many ties.
Can you pass a message to Alan Tremartin for me?
It's not just to him, but to everybody.
But specifically to him from my show. So let it go.
To the Minister of Trade and Industry and to our President, I would say that Ghana has to go green. It's about time. And there is so much more we can do in saving our environment. We can employ more people because there are so many tires. And we wish to say that people should invest in us. The government should invest in us because we can employ so many people regionally. Yeah. Train them and they can take it.
You can even extend it out of Ghana.
Exactly. And by doing that, the whole world will know Ghana has gone green. Okay. We would save our environment, we'll protect our environment, we would employ people, and of course, we'll be able to put a lot more girls into school.
Oh my God, that is exactly what I want to hear. Thank you to Ayua Emporium. Thank you to Coco Vanilla. This is a rewarding kind of business, and she has been recognized, yes, by an international platform that she will be visiting very soon, right? Yeah, and in a week's time. Which outfit is that? What company?
It's called the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. Okay. And it happens yearly. It's a collaboration between the American government and the Indian government. This time around, it's been held in Hyderabad in India. And it's a privilege to be selected as an entrepreneur to attend because there is so much to learn. There's so much to tell the world.
Can you imagine? We don't appreciate our own. Yeah. You are here and you're being nominated elsewhere. Yes. And we don't even know about it. Yes. Please tell us, what is it about and what is your role? What will be your role there?
I'm representing Ghana and 3 others as well at the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. It's a summit that empowers entrepreneurs. This year, the focus is on women. So it's women first, prosperity for all. So obviously, from where we stand and what we are doing and our contributions, we know that once we get there, the whole world will know what is happening in Ghana and what we are doing as companies to contribute to the world. It's also a privilege to meet a lot of investors. You would also get to meet other entrepreneurs who are doing marvelously well around the world. And you get to take classes, master classes, workshops. You get to be mentored. You even get to pitch for money.
So I'm sure that money will come and buy the 2K land and then build a factory.
Definitely.
I'm really looking forward to seeing you employ a number of ladies because this is pretty. Most people travel outside to buy these things at high or expensive prices. But it's here. Anyway, I'm going to take one home. If you need one, call me. Before we end the show, I'd like to say thank you to Matilda for accepting our invitation. And as I always do, I have to give her our Queen's Arena present, which is a beautiful clock, customized Queen's Arena clock. And it is for Matilda. We want to say thank you so much for doing the amazing works. You've inspired us a lot today, and I'm sure my viewers also have learnt a lot, and they will be contacting you very soon. If you want to reach Matilda, you can get to me or hit our social media platforms, Queen's Arena on Facebook, Queen's Arena on Instagram, and Queen's Arena on Twitter. Thanks to Tribewoman Fashions, thanks to Triple Touch for beating my pretty face, thanks to Ayiwa Emporium, thanks to Cute Cat for my cute hair, and thanks to Coco Vanilla. This is where Queen's Arena ends on this edition. See you next week. Bye.